Craig Anderson, is he injured or just a day off?
Just a day. Day off. Obviously, we've got the two other guys, so a little bit of a break for him and good timing.
As a coach, I know you can't, there's nothing you can do about it, but are you like angry that you don't play for 8 days? I mean, you guys are doing well, you're playing well. Would you rather have had a game in there somewhere?
You know, as a coach, you learn, and you should learn, that you don't have the luxury of getting angry. You just got to work. And 8 days, I mean, we're bummed we don't play Friday. There's no question. You love playing, but it's rescheduled. We'll get that game back, obviously. So now you look at it and you say the break is good. We've run some guys really hard, specifically Darlene and Samuelson, who we gave yesterday off. Power is working his way back in, which is significant. It's been a unique situation how depleted we've been on the defensive end in numbers, and we've been fairly healthy up front the whole year, but pretty depleted back there, and that's a big one. Those guys chew up a lot of minutes. They're obviously a smaller. You only have 6 forwards. 6D. You got 12 forwards. So, you're splitting the heavy workload amongst half the guys you would up front. So, nice for those guys to have a little bit of a breather here, and for us, it's you just got to keep moving forward. I'm not too concerned with any momentum or things like that. It's just keep getting better and keep moving forward. I think our guys are hungry for that and take that approach. So this could be a good thing.
It's not the first time you've exited a holiday break. It's a little unusual to take a morning skate here, then fly to Columbus. How do you handle that from a coach's perspective, just knowing that, that's not obviously the most ideal circumstance after having that much time off?
It's very tricky to not have a practice day or just to come out of a break and go right into an NHL game. But both teams are doing it, so the playing field is even there. These guys are, athletes today are better at in between games handling their bodies and getting their bodies ready for the next day or the next game, doing the right things, whether it's rest, dynamic warm-up, stretches, nutrition, and anything. So it's just the way the schedule is. I think our guys have dealt with it. Lots of this happened even during COVID, this type of stuff. So it's just another one, but the thing to keep in mind is the playing field is even.
This is a group where you really don't have to worry about them, that they're not around you for 3 days. I mean, they'll do their work if they can, whether it's their home gyms or whatever. This isn't a group you really worry about with that, is it?
No, not at all. This is a group that's very vested in the Buffalo Sabres and in the community here. They want to be the group of guys that this community is proud of. They're hungry to move and advance their careers in areas that they dream of, that they haven't yet in their careers, and lots of guys are in that category. As I've mentioned many times, it was an objective of Kevin's and ours as an organization to bring in guys that want to be here and bring in guys that are hungry and dream of more and compete for more. So that makes my job much easier as a coach and us as coaches, because that appetite for more stays with them. I know they go on a break, but I know they're also on a mission, and they're going to spend a lot of time thinking about the next part of the season moving ahead.
Kyle doesn't have the goals he has last year, but he's remained very productive. Just what's made him so effective, even when he's not really scoring a ton of goals?
Yeah, and I think he will, eventually score more for us. But his work habits. I mean, he's very regimented. He's on a routine. Training regimen, diet, nutrition, everything about him is geared. Everything that he does is geared toward performance and high-end performance in the off season and in season. So, that's what keeps him going. That's what makes him a great leader. And keeps him effective. He finds ways also, even if he's not scoring, to be effective. Whether it's just chipping pucks out or defending better or leading by example, which he does all the time. So, but his daily routine and habits are exceptional.
How have you seen the leadership behind Kyle start to develop, like throughout the course of the whole roster?
Boy, it's a tough one to explain, but it's there. You feel it and you see it every day. Again, how communication, how guys talk on the bench, how much more intent they play with for bottom line, for results, intent upon winning, even winning a face-off, whether you win it or not, the intent and the fight, even after the ones you lose, the fight and commitment to success and drive are all things that are hard to quantify, hard to explain, but just a general elevation of compete. I think everybody, you don't get to the NHL without pretty good work ethic and real good talent. And then when you get there, you're faced with the same across from you. And now it becomes a who wants it more and who's willing to compete harder for it. And that's what I've seen, that elevation in those areas. And that comes with a little bit of comfort, too. And I think Kyle gives some comfort to guys and guidance when they need that support. A young guy, and he's unsure of himself. I think Kyle reads that very well and steps in and encourages guys and backs them. So he adds an awful lot.
Do you feel like Kyle having the C gives maybe some other younger guys a chance to develop leadership like at their own pace without the pressure of the idea of, the possibility of becoming a captain at a young age?
It does, absolutely. We feel we have lots of great leaders and even greater potential in leaders. So his presence helps us in that. It helps develop them. And, everybody's got to move on at some point. And for Kyle, whenever that is down the road, there's no question the impact that he will have had at that point being captain of our team. We see it already, and it's just going to keep accumulating. The longer he's here, it's a better situation. He's helping us develop many players through this roster into better leaders.